رافي توكس بهاي الحلقة. What did you do to my face?
Came that close to the street, barely missed the bus. That was all real.
It was just great to be back with the friends and having a good time and making a good movie.
The Imaginary Anime فاق التوقعات. إيما كورين تريد تصير الشريرة المثالية بفيلم ديدبول أند وولفرين ومارفل ترفض.
Boys are so silly.
القصة يا جماعة إيما كورين تريد تتمرن على دورها الشرير بفيلم ديدبول أند وولفرين حتى تكون بيرفكت، بس مارفل قالوا لها ماكو داعي. إيما شافت دورها يحتاج هيوج فيزيكال ترانسفورميشن فطلبت مدرب خاص، بس مارفل ما عبروها. ما عندكم فلوس؟ لو شنو الموضوع؟
I'm not interested.
بس إيما مو من النوع اللي يستسلم، كملت تدريبها بوحدها وكان وراها رايان رينولدز البطل اللي يدعمها بكل خطوة لأنه مؤمن بشخصية كاساندرا نوفا ويعرف إنه هذا الدور يستاهل كل هذا التعب. إيما ظلت تشتغل وتتمرن حتى تطلع بأحسن شكل ورايان يشجعها. النتيجة أكيد أبدعت، ومارفل متوقعين الفيلم حيجيب أرباح جنونية حوالي 165 مليون دولار بأول أيام عرضه اللي حيبدأ ب 26 يوليو. فشباب منو متحمس بيكم يشوف الفيلم؟ بعد 30 سنة إيدي ميرفي يرجع لنا من جديد.
Hey, this is your father. Before you hang up, I'm in town. I've been arrested. And hello?
شغلوا نتفليكس وشوفوا بيفرلي هيلز كوب أكسل F واستعدوا للضحك والمطاردات السريعة. فيلم كوميدي أكشن بنكهة الثمانينات، والممثل الأسطوري إيدي ميرفي يكسر الدنيا بدور الشرطي أكسل فولي اللي يجي لبيفرلي هيلز ويدخل بمطاردات كوميدية ومعارك مع العصابات. رافي توكس مع أبطال الفيلم.
Good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful day here in Beverly Hills.
You know, this is very embarrassing.
You know, part of me rather get locked up than get put in this little Fisher-Price-looking squad car.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And welcome back. I'm so happy to see you in this franchise again.
Nice
What
to
was
be
it
back.
like being back after so many years?
It's very nostalgic, you know. It's like a homecoming, like a family reunion, you know. It was great to get back with the guys. I mean, you know, we not only were co-workers, but we became very good friends shooting the first couple of ones, you know. So it was just great to be back with the friends and having a good time and making a good movie.
Tell me about the first day of the shoot when you met Eddie and the rest of the cast. What was it like?
We just all hugged each other and said, "Hey guys, how you doing? Let's go to work," you know, and that was it, you know. And we went to work.
Was it like for the first time seeing Eddie for a long time? Or?
Yeah, it's been a few years since I've seen Eddie because we live in the three of us live in different parts of the country, so we don't see each other that often, you know. But like I said, we developed good friendships, you know, in the earlier ones. And, you know, friendships don't die, you know.
100%.
So we got on the set and we were just old friends getting back together again. It was great.
Oh, hey, we stole a helicopter! I didn't realize that you couldn't really fly a helicopter!
First of all, tell me, what was it like being part in such an iconic film?
Well, I've loved the Beverly Hills Cop movies ever since I was a little kid. Probably too young to be watching these movies. My older brother was a huge Eddie Murphy fan.
You have worked with so many incredible actors before. How is it different working with Eddie?
You know, one of the things that I think is often underappreciated about Eddie is even though he's so funny, he's also actually a very honest and real actor. Meaning, I think it's part of why his characters are so funny is they feel like real people. Even when he's playing a big bombastic character with prosthetic makeup and the Nutty Professor or Coming to America or whatever it is, part of why those characters are funny is because they feel like real people. And that's the sign of a great actor to me.
Joseph, you did a great job, absolutely.
Thank you.
Of course, I have to ask you about the helicopter scene. That was my favorite thing in the film. How fun was it filming it?
It was a blast, man. I mean, and I'll say, look, I didn't really fly the helicopter, of course, but that helicopter was really flown that way.
Oh, really?
Yes, you know, a lot of movies nowadays, the big action movies, what you see is fake. It's digital visual effects. It's kind of just animation. But not in Beverly Hills Cop. That helicopter was being flown by this stunt pilot who really did all that. He dropped the helicopter off the building, came that close to the street, barely missed the bus. That was all real. And they just photographed it.
Mark, this is the first film, the feature film that you do, and it's very iconic film. Did you feel pressured working on it?
No, not at all. No, I felt lots of pressure. I felt a lot of pressure. And first to be trusted with the keys to such an iconic franchise like this, and for Jerry to give me that trust was really humbling. But yeah, of course I felt a lot of pressure, but I just try to be as prepared as possible and try and not let that affect me.
I just want to ask you about the car scene. That's my favorite, when they are all united again. So tell me more about this scene.
Well, I'll tell you that it's one of my most strongest memories from the original film.
100%.
Is the three of those guys in that car, and that image of the three of them in there, we wanted to recreate that. And when we did that shot, I remember being on set with Jerry. We saw Eddie jump in the back, and we saw the chemistry between the three of them.
It's the same.
And the chemistry was the same, and we were like, we are exactly where we want to be right now.
It's been years since the last film of this franchise. How do you think the characters and the whole movie evolved in this one?
Well, I think everybody gets older, unfortunately, and so you have to build that into the story and make sure that you give the time and space that these characters have had since the last picture was on the screen.
Are we thinking of any new films after this one, or this is the last one? What are you thinking?
Well, we'd love to make more. It depends if people turn it on. If people watch it, then we'll be back.
Thank you so much for having me. Congratulations again. I'm really excited for everybody to watch it soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God, I missed you, Axel.
شلون نتحول من ناس عادية لوحوش خارقة؟ فيلم زومبي بدون الميك اب إيفكت مثل حفلة تنكرية بالروضة. أسرار مكياج الوحوش والأبطال مع توني غاردنر. Tony, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. I look great,
you
right?
look awesome. You look so much better than when you came in.
That's really funny.
My pleasure.
First, tell the people, what did you do to my face? What did you use? The coloring, the materials, everything.
Sure. Okay, so we glued a bunch of silicone prosthetics on your face.
Yeah.
And then blended those into your skin. And then I used an alcohol-based makeup to color everything so that when we put blood and goo on it, the colors won't come off. And then we kind of set all that with some blood jelly.
It's edible, by the way.
Everything's pretty much edible.
That's why I feel very full.
Yeah, everything's edible on the surface.
I feel sticky.
So. Yeah, you are. You are sticky.
I just feel like there's a jam on my face. Yeah. That's exactly how I feel now.
And normally you'd have goo in your mouth and running out of your ears and everywhere else.
Technology is evolving in every aspect of our lives. How did it evolve in your profession in terms of materials and 3D printing and everything else?
Okay, when they did the Frankenstein movies,
yes,
they would build up with cotton and latex on this guy's face every day and spend 3 or 4 hours building Boris Karloff's forehead, and then the next day have to redo it. With technology now, we can sculpt that makeup in clay one time, create duplicates of that, and then have an exact likeness to put on you every day for 3 months if you shot for that long.
That's crazy. The biggest challenges for you?
The biggest challenge for me, I think when we did Hairspray, taking a face like John Travolta and turning him into a heavier woman, knowing that he's going to get a full beard by 4 o'clock, knowing that we had to cover him in silicone completely and make it look really smooth. I think stuff like that's super challenging. Stuff like the zombie makeups and the fantasy stuff, there was a lot more freedom because nobody knows what a zombie looks like and nobody knows.
It's very creative.
Yeah, so you have free reign.
Yeah.
But when we did Bad Grandpa, everybody knows what an old man looks like.
Of course, you have to speak about Gary Oldman in The Darkest Hour. He was absolutely incredible as Winston Churchill.
Yeah, I think everything that Kazu has done on Gary Oldman for the different roles that he's played.
That was crazy.
It's just so realistic. And also, too, makeup is very much a shared process with the actor.
Yes.
And if the actor can't pull it off, it doesn't matter how good of a job the makeup is. And with somebody like Gary Oldman, you have somebody that just buries themselves in the part.
It takes hours of preparations on daily basis, maybe 4, 8 hours they have to sit every day?
It depends on how complex the makeup is, but it's months to build everything, and then it's 3 or 4 hours in the makeup chair. That's what we try and keep it to, just so people don't go crazy.
Yeah.
So if it means we need to add more people doing the makeup, it's better to do that than make them sit longer.
What is the process overall? If I was a director and I have a film, what is the process?
Okay, well, first for us, we would take, we'd have John Travolta come in, we would bring him out here, we would do a life cast of him in a 3D scan.
I see.
And based on that, we would design the character. Then when it's time to do the makeup and do the character for real, you're making the different positives to do the sculptures on, and you make molds of those, you sculpt, you make a mold of the sculpture.
Yeah.
Then you have to run all the silicone pieces, and then we try and pre-paint those.
The biggest question for you, how I'm gonna remove that now?
You're gonna need some help getting that off. We're gonna soak it with a makeup remover, and then you might need to jump in the shower.
You have a shower?
I do.
Let's do it. كل الديرتي جيمز السياسية رح تلقوها بمسلسل The Whirlwind. The Whirlwind أو عاصفة التغيير هو مسلسل كوري جديد على نتفليكس. اتحمست له أول ما شفته لأنه أحب أبطاله وأعرفهم من أعمال سابقة شفتها إلهم، وحسيت إنه صراعات البلو هاوس الكوري رح تساعدني أدخل بمود سباق الوايت هاوس. بالنهاية الانتخابات صارت على الأبواب ولازم أجهز نفسي.
I can't miss this guy in the crowd.
المسلسل ينتمي لنوعية البوليتيكال دراما ويبدأ حامي سريع بمحاولة اغتيال، وبعدها نشوف صراع قوي بين رئيس وزراء ونائبته على السلطة والحكم، مثل ما تحضر مباراة شطرنج وكل شوي واحد يقول تشيك ميت. المسلسل مليان مفاجآت وتويست، من صدق الشيطان ممكن يتعلم من هذا المسلسل. عجبني إنه البطلين شخصياتهم ذكية، وكنت مستمتع بطريقة قلب الطاولة اللي تتكرر كل شوية، رغم إن أكو شوية تفاصيل ما اقتنعت بيها. ما كان سهل أتوقع شلون رح توقف الحرب اللي بينهم. أوفرول حسيت إنه صناع المسلسل مستعجلين كثير، كأنهم تحت تهديد السلاح. يعني حلو إنه الأحداث تكون سريعة، بس انطوني مساحة أفكر شوية بالمصايب اللي تصير على مدار ال 12 حلقة. ماكو وقت أتنفس، حسيت نفسي بماراثون. هذا المسلسل ينطبق عليه مقولة السياسة بلا قلب، يعني الأحداث والحوارات السياسية طاغية على كل شيء. ما لقيت قصص عائلية عميقة أو حكايات حب تأثر بالمشاهد، وكأن الناس واهبة حياتها للمؤامرات وبس. باختصار المسلسل جاف كثير خصوصاً بالحلقات الأولى، بعدين واي تو سيريس، ما بي قصة أو حتى الشخصية أكثر فن، كل أكاذيب وتهديدات وبلاك ميلينج. يعني على الأكيد كنت محتاج شيء يخفف علي الوضع. المسلسل مو سيء، بس بنفس الوقت ما أقدر أصنفه من أجمل المسلسلات الكورية اللي شفتها. كان ينقص نشوف صراعات مو سياسية فقط، وإنما شخصية أيضاً، وبوقتها كان ممكن يصير من أفضل أعمال هاي السنة. تقييمي لهذا المسلسل 3 out of 5. The Imaginary أنمي فاق التوقعات.
You have no imagination. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean it.
تحمست هواية أول ما سمعت عن فيلم أنمي جديد. صناعه جاي من عالم استديو جيبلي اللي قدموا لنا أفلام عظيمة مثل Spirited Away، لأنه باختصار أثق بهم وأعرف أنه ما رح أضيع ساعتين من عمري. الفيلم يحكي عن روجر الصديق الخيالي لأماندا اللي يبتعد عنه بسبب حادث، ويلقى نفسه بالتان اوف ايماجيناريز ويضطر يواجه لوحده خطر يهدد حياته.
There is something that imagination can never defeat, and that is reality.
حبيت هواية الكرياتيفيتي والارت دايركشن اللي بالفيلم، حسيت نفسي هربت من الواقع شوية، ومن صدق عيوني كانوا مستمتعين بتفاصيل الصورة مثل ما يقولون عنها a visual feast. وعلى مستوى الكتابة عجبتني أشياء هواية مثل التفاصيل اللي نشوفها بالتاون اوف ايماجيناريز، حقيقة very creative choices and details. وفرحت هواية لأنه تعرفت على الإيماجيناري فريندز لبيكاسو وشكسبير. هاي هي التفاصيل الذكية اللي تخليك فعلاً تصدق القصة. صحيح الفيلم حزين، بس قدر يسوي بالانس اللي يخليه ممتع للكبار والصغار مثل كل أفلام الأنيميشن اللي نحبها. بنفس الوقت ما أقدر أقول عنه ماستر بيس، هاي كلمة كبيرة هواي، لأنه بصراحة الإيقاع مو مضبوط وأوقات كنت أحسه طويل، خصوصاً بالأجزاء اللي يظهر بيها مستر بانتينج، يعني حضوره كان مخيف بس اللي يحكيه مكرر شوية. بعد كل اللي حكيته حبيت الفيلم، وما رح أستغرب إذا ترشح للأوسكارز بال2025 وتذكروا كلامي.
I officially welcome you
to the town of imaginaries.
بالنهاية أنصحكم أكيد تشوفون الفيلم. قولوا لي أنتوا شنو رأيكم. تقييمي 4 out of 5. Thanks for watching and see you next week on Blinks.